Hello everyone and welcome to our English online class. Yes, in today's lesson, we are going to study the modal perfect. Yes, the modal perfect sentences. Especially should have verb 3. Yes, should have verb 3 to express criticisms and of course regrets about the past. As you know, you are very familiar with should, the simple model should. We use it to give advice about present or future situations. Yes, should. And we have already learned that there are, I think, about 10 ways of giving advice. Yes, you should book your room, for example. You should help him. You should, for present and future, you should tell a story to children. Yes, and there are, as I said, more than maybe 10 ways of expressing advice. Yes, like should and ought to. Okay. But today we are going to study the perfect form of should about the past and to express criticism. Yes, okay. By using should have, but in short form, should do. You should do help them. You should have helped them. You should do help them. Yesterday, for example. Okay, let me share our presentation and start without wasting time to make use of time better. Okay. Yes, this time in this first page, there is also a motto. The first step is always the hardest. Yes, the first step is always the most difficult step. Okay, but then it becomes easier and easier. May the result be the best. Yes, may the result be the best. Okay. Of course, there are a lot of beginnings in our life. There are a lot of procedures and there are a lot of ends, results. For example, we started English from the very beginning, and it was a beginning, but either in the first harmony or either in the second harmony, and even now we are always starting new things. Yes, for example, just after this video, we are going to start a new topic, and then these two first topics will be about some details, but after these two trips, these two videos, we will start videos about consequently, successively 8 videos about reported speech, which was really important in communication with the people around us. Okay. Yes, now hello again and welcome. Let's go on to our subject of today. Okay. Yes, as I said, this is the beginning of tour 3. So we have finished the first and second tours. So we have 4 more tours, including this one, to finish Harmony 3, the advanced level of English. Yes, as I said, this video will be about speculations, modal perfects, and the second video will be about verbals, but the other 8 video successively will be about reported speech, and of course, as it was in if clauses, conditional sentences, it has got a lot of parts, and verbal behavior, for example, is also connected with reported speech, and then we will start adjective clauses, relative clauses, and then noun clauses. Yes, to finish harmony 3, the advanced level of English. Okay, let's start with this give. What does she say? How dare she criticize Peter Gabriel? How dare she criticize Peter Gabriel? Yes. Who is she? Yeah. What does she think? What does she think she is? What does she think she is? How dare she criticize Peter Gabriel? Okay, Julia said, yes. Now, this is a normal speech. How dare she criticize Peter Gabriel? Okay? Simple model. How dare? How can she criticize Peter Gabriel? How dare she criticize? From where does she find that courage to criticize Peter Gabriel? Now, what did she say? Julia said Peter should have finished his education last year. Yeah, Julia said this. Julia criticized, okay? Julia criticized Peter. What did she say? Julia said Peter should have finished his education last year. Peter did not finish his education, so Julia sees that situation as a mistake or as a problem. She said, Julia said, Peter should have finished his education last year. Shouldn't. Peter shouldn't finish his education last year. This is a criticism, a way of criticism. Now, trip 1, speculating with perfect modal verbs to express past criticism for not doing or for doing something, with especially should have, okay, or shouldn't have. Both positive and negative forms are possible, useful. Okay, ought to have, yes, this is also 100% true, but as you see, it is really difficult to say, and it is not very common, but it is 100% true to make a modal perfect sentence with ought to have, verb 3. Could have, yes, could have, you are familiar with them, in fact. For example, we have learned them, mentioning speculations and hypothesizing in the past. Okay. Or possibilities, probabilities. Yes, talking about possibilities, probabilities, and certainty about the past. Of course, we will study again in the future about hypothesizing again about the past. Okay, could have or could have, might have, might've, and shouldn't have is remain same. Shouldn't have, verb 3. Needn't have, verb 3. Okay, and there is also, for example, wouldn't have. Yes, wouldn't have, or would have. Now let's. This is our key sentence today. Peter should have finished his education last year. This is our structure. Should have plus verb 3. This is called modal perfect, about the past, to give messages about the past, to make sentences about the past. Peter should have finished his education last year. He shouldn't have applied for a job. He shouldn't have applied for a job 2 months ago. Yes, this is a criticism. Or Peter could have, yeah, could have said like this, might have said like this. Right? As you see, we use could have, might have to express possibility. Okay. Peter could have finished his education last year. Or Peter might have finished his education last year before applying for a job, for example. He shouldn't have applied for a job. Attention, we don't use the negative form of could and might for criticism. We only use the negative form of should as shouldn't. Is it? Yes, there is a note here. Note, could have and might have are not used in negative form to express past criticism. Okay. Peter could have finished his education last year. I think it's clear. But of course, the most effective one is Peter should have finished his education last year. He shouldn't have applied for a job 2 months ago. Yes, this is the most practical way of using those modal perfect structures. For example, Belinda gave a good example 3 weeks ago in the class. Belinda gave a good example to explain the cause, to clarify the cause, okay, to clarify the cause of the problem. Belinda gave a good example, but she should have given a better example to clarify the cause. She should have given a better example to clarify the cause. Or she could have given a better example to clarify the cause. Or she might have given a better example to clarify the cause. I think would have, it is not the place of would have here. She would have given, but she didn't give. Again, but yes, she didn't give a better example. Okay. Yes, for example, a native speaker told me, since my childhood, I have never said should have given. Belinda should have given, could have given, might have given. I have always used them. Belinda should have given, could have given, might have given a better example. Yeah, this is really important. I advise you to practice it, saying like this: should have, could have, might have, would have. Okay, Mitch, you should have told me. You should have told me. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? You should do. You should have told me. So he or she, which one I don't know, let's take the man as the speaker of the sentence, of the maker of the sentence. You should have told me, but unfortunately, you didn't tell me. You should have told me. Okay, why? Or yes, why didn't you tell me earlier or before? Why didn't you tell me before we joined the meeting or the party? Why didn't you tell me before we joined the party? Okay. In short, why didn't you tell me before is also possible. Why didn't you tell me earlier? You should have told me. It's a criticism. Now dialogue one, no, yes, dialogue one. A, you should have told me that, huh? You should have told me it. What is it here? It is that clause. Yes, we will again study them comprehensively, those noun clauses, besides adjective clauses and besides adverb clauses. Okay. You should have told me that Peter would be at the ceremony last Sunday. B. You shouldn't have criticized him, Peter. You shouldn't have criticized him so much. You criticized him more than he did to you. Why shouldn't you have praised him for telling the truth politely? Okay. I think I didn't have an idea. Yes, I didn't have an idea to praise him for telling the truth. Something like this. Okay, but the sentences are important for us. Yes, A, for example, this is an alternative way of it, a normal way, and explanation of them, in fact. You should have told me means I criticize that you didn't tell me that Peter would be at the party. This is the explanation of this sentence. Yes, it is clearly, it clearly means that I criticize that you didn't tell me that Peter would be at the party. B, or this is a criticism that you didn't tell me, or this is my criticism that you didn't tell me that Peter would be at the party. So you should have told me that Peter would be at the party or at the ceremony. Yes. Okay. Oh, there is a GIF. What does it say? The most destructive criticism is indifference. Yeah, like lethargic water. Lethargic water. The most destructive criticism is indifference, without saying anything or not saying anything, not listening, not showing interest. Yeah, this is the most destructive criticism, it says. Edgar Watson Hall said this wise saying. It's really meaningful. Now, constructive or positive, good criticism versus destructive mean, or in another word, negative criticism. So like this, negative criticism. Department of Indifference. Yes. A man sits there, is sitting there, and there is so what? Yeah. You tell something, you explain everything, and then he says, so what? And you go on talking, explaining everything, and so what? Yeah. Okay. Compassion, indifference. Compassion, indifference. Yeah. So he is far from compassion because he is in the predicament, in the predicament, in the ditch of indifference. Okay, dialogue 2. We've forgotten to bring something for our grandparents. You are right. We could have, yeah, this is, we could have brought some fruit. We could have brought some fruit. This is self-criticism. Yeah, do you see? The family criticizes, the parents criticize themselves. We could have brought some fruit, but at least, if we use at least, it will be, do you see that? It is much better than. Yes, we could have at least brought some fruit. But if you say, we should have brought some fruit, there is no need to say at least. But here, we could have at least brought some fruit. What else could we have done? We might have at least brought some fruit juice for them. Now, what's it about? Dialogue 3. A says, I am so sorry that I couldn't provide your nephew with a new job. It is clear that he has been in need of money very much. B says, you might have lent him some money. You might have given him some money. What else might you have done? I might have discussed, or we might have discussed together the ways of how to find a job. Ways how to find a job. Ways of, yeah. Ways to find a job is also possible. We might have discussed the ways to find a job, the ways of how to find a job. Okay. At least we could have talked about ways, yes, ways of how to find a job. Okay. Let's read the images. Job search, how to find a job online. Yes. At least we can use at least, I think, wherever we want. Okay. At least, for example, as an adverb, at least we can search for a job for him on the internet, online. Okay. We might search for a job for him on the internet. Okay, dialogue 4. They had their picnic. Okay, nice. This is not forbidden. Having a picnic is not forbidden. They had their picnic. Look at them. They had their picnic, but they have left their waste around. Oh, this is negative. This is not good. Moreover, they haven't extinguished the picnic fire. The present perfect tense. Okay, it is the fire is still burning. Extinguish the picnic fire. B, they shouldn't have polluted. Okay, they shouldn't have polluted the environment. They might have collected their waste in a bag and could have dropped it into a nearest waste bin, or they could have brought it to their home. Yeah, to put in the waste bin, trash bin at home. Okay. Moreover, they ought to have, also possible, yes, they should have means 100% they are equal in meaning. They ought to have put out the picnic fire. Yes, this is really an important constructive criticism. What else should they have done? What else should they have done? They should have swept the area, place that they had a picnic. Okay, it is an image. I think I will share it on our YouTube channel. They found the picnic area. Okay, they found the picnic area clean. Yes, when they went there, the picnic area was clean. They found the picnic area clean. They should have left it as clean as they found it. Yes, this is the way of logic, rationality. Okay, dialogue 5. Oh, there are a lot of gifts. One of them is saying, well done. Yeah, well done. Congratulations. Congratulations or congrats. And share. Great job. Yeah, good job. Good job. Great job. These are really beautiful expressions. Yes, when we see something positive. A teacher, and the student speaks. Teacher, I surfed the net and found information about verbals. Yeah, this is our next topic. Next, the following subject. Our subject is verbals. Yeah, we will talk again. We have talked about them, but again, we will talk about them again. And maybe in the future, before finishing Harmony 1, maybe we will talk about them twice. Yes, they are very useful. They are not verbs, but nouns. They are from verb. They are derived from verbs. We use them as a noun. Yes, for example, again we use noun clause as a noun, as object and subject of a sentence. They are really important. Okay, good job. The teacher says good job or great job or congrats or congratulations or I congratulate you that is a verb. I congratulate you that you found information about verbals. Yes, B. You should, might have, or you should have, you could have, you might have found something more on reported speech. Yes, reported speech is our subject just after verbals. And just after reported speech, our subject will be adjective clause. Yes, relative clause. Okay. By the way, let me share it too, explain it too. Okay. Now, what else could you have done? Yes, I could have surfed the net and I could have found some information about reported speech, adjective clauses, adverb clauses, noun clauses, yes, and connectors, and but, so, group, connectors, conjunctions, yes. Okay, this is this. Good job. You should have found, you might have found, you could have found, should have found, might have found something more on reported speech. Dialogue 6, Arif say, teacher, I surfed the net for 4 hours yesterday. For 4 hours yesterday. That's not good for your health. You shouldn't, or you needn't, have surfed the net so much. How long should Arif have surfed the net? He should have surfed the net about approximately 2 hours. 2 hours is enough, is ideal. Should he have played games or found information about English learning on the net? Yes, he should have spent 2 hours, and he should have spent one of them to find information about English learning and to play. He should have spent 1 hour, the other hour to play games. Okay. Now, what's it about? Roman number 21. Expressing lack, absence of necessity with didn't need to or needn't have. Yes. This is a complete in fact, this is a complete unit about simple models, perfect models. Okay. And it will continue, baby. 22 will be about hypothesizing with model perfect, hypothesizing about the past. Okay, now it's time to see, to express lack, absence of necessity with didn't need to, needn't have. Yes, although they seem similar, but there is a big difference between them. Let's see what it is. Okay, for example, yes, didn't need to, needn't have. For example, Orhan, thanks God, I didn't need to change the antifreeze of the car because it was all right. So it remained the same and I didn't spend any money. My money remained in my pocket. Okay. Enes, oh my God. Enes says, oh my God, I needn't have changed the antifreeze. I needn't have changed the antifreeze of the car. Means I shouldn't have. Yeah, I shouldn't have changed the antifreeze of the car because it was all right, but I didn't notice it. I didn't notice that it was all right, and I changed it. But unfortunately, I changed it. You see, there is a big difference between didn't need to and needn't have changed. Of course, didn't need to change is in simple past tense, but needn't have changed in modal perfect. Okay, again about the past. So what does the gift say? The gift says, but unfortunately, yes, but unfortunately, I changed it and I waste my money. I waste the antifreeze. Besides, I wasted my money. Okay. Halis, my son didn't lock the main gate. Halis and Burhan are talking to each other. My son didn't lock the main gate before leaving your house. Did he have to lock it? Burhan. No, he didn't have to lock the main gate. Okay, it was not necessary. He didn't have to lock the main gate. Or, no, he didn't need to. Didn't have to, didn't need to lock it. Okay, it's clear, I think. There is no problem. Okay, 3. No, it wasn't necessary for him to lock it. Yes. 4. No, it wasn't a necessity for him to lock it. Okay. No, there wasn't a necessity to lock it. Okay. Or, no, there was no need. There was no need to do something. There was no need to lock it. Okay. Now, 9. My son locked the doors in the house. Did he have to lock them? My son locked the doors in the house. Did he have to lock them? No, he didn't have to lock them. No, he didn't need to lock them, etc., etc. You can read it, I think. Let's make use of time better. These are the alternative ways of expressing lack of necessity, absence of necessity. Okay, more about perfect modal verbs. 7. Did you apply for the trade fair? B. I could have applied for it. I could have applied for it, but I didn't. Yeah, I should have applied for it, but I didn't. Did you reserve a fair stand? Unfortunately, no. I didn't reserve a fair stand. 8. Kerem had better have washed the dishes. Yeah, had better. Kerem had better wash the dishes. You know, present form is also possible present and future. Kerem had better wash the dishes today, verb 1. Kerem had better wash the dishes tomorrow. Okay, but what about the talking about the past? Kerem had better have washed. Okay, had better have washed the dishes before he started to watch the film on TV. Why had he better not have forgotten washing them? Why had he better not? Because it is important, so he had better not have forgotten washing them. He had better not. He had better not have forgotten. Hassan had better have applied for the job. Yeah, Hassan had better have applied for the job. Hassan, I think should is the most okay. Should. Hassan should have applied for the job. Yeah. Yes, could have applied, might have applied, but the best one is shouldn't. Okay. Hassan had better have applied for the job. Otherwise, he will miss the chance to be employed as a marketing manager. But now, because he applied for the job in the past, he has a chance to be a marketing manager in the future. Okay, 9. I was to. Yes, we remember B2, it is really important. Yes. I was to have started. I was to have started planting new trees in my garden yesterday, but I changed my mind. Do you see? It is just like I was going to have started planting new trees in my garden yesterday, but I changed my mind. Who was to have driven you to the terminal last night? Who was to have driven you to the terminal last night? My neighbor Yakub Bey was to have driven me to the terminal last night. Yes. Modal perfect. Modal phrase perfect. Clara would rather have read a book yesterday. Would rather means prefer. We have a full presentation about that kind of sentences. Yes. About preferences. This is really important. Clara would rather have read a book than have watched. After then, do you see again? We see a perfect form of the verb. Clara would rather have read a book than have watched TV. What does it mean? We understand that Clara didn't watch TV last night. He read a book because he would rather have read a book than have watched TV. Okay. Who would rather have finished a new report than have sorted out the old reports? Okay. Mahmoud would rather have finished her new report than have sorted out the old reports. But unfortunately, he sorted out the old reports. He preferred having finished her new report. He preferred having having sorted out the old books. Prefer doing something, so prefer having done something. Yeah. Okay. Jacob shouldn't or ought to is also possible, but it is really difficult to say. Jacob ought to have lent Robert that much money. But if you say it again and again, it will be easier maybe. But again, also native speakers say that shouldn't is mostly preferred. Although ought and ought to is 100% true. Jacob shouldn't have lent Robert that much money, but unfortunately he did, and it was a mistake. So I criticize that situation. Okay, now 12. Students should have collaborated. Yeah, students should have collaborated with each other on these projects. They were supposed to collaborate with each other. Who should have managed the two projects? Cemil Bey should have managed the two projects. Okay. Oh, okay, kind of exercise. Let's go to the key. Okay, and see the example sentences. Please rewrite the following sentences with perfect models. Yes. To give the same meaning. For example, I criticize you that you left your suitcases in front of the door. You did this, so you shouldn't have left. Okay, you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have said this. You shouldn't have done this. Okay. I criticize you that you used my mobile phone without asking my permission, without informing me of using it. Yeah, you used it secretly. So you shouldn't have used my phone secretly. I criticized Tuncay that he didn't tell his father he had crashed the car. Tuncay should have told his father he had crashed the car, or could have told, might have told. Oh, our routine quiz. Question 1. Why do you look furious? Yes, why do you look furious? Angry. I am angry at you. Why didn't you come there? You blanked me. You weren't coming to the party. I went there with the hope that I would see you. So have, you should have told me you weren't coming to the party. Second question, Tuğrul isn't in the class now. He blanked something for breakfast in the canteen. But this is about the present and future. He might be having, okay? Continuous model, simple model, continuous. He might be having something for breakfast in the canteen. 3, they blank travel to other planets unless the new government provides the money. So they can't travel to the other planets because there is unless. I mean, if not, if the government will not provide the money, does not provide the money. Okay. 4, you are wrong. Altu blanked me because I wasn't there at the dinner. You are wrong. Altu can't have seen me. So a kind of criticism, but I think it's mostly about hypothesizing about the past. Yeah. Altu can't have seen me because he wasn't there at the dinner. Okay, yes, let me tell it again. We have a full presentation about those modal perfects as well. We will think about them again and again. Okay. How many times must I tell you not to get involved in fights? Or you blank wounded, or you blank wounded in yesterday's fight. You might have been, yes, you might have been wounded in yesterday's fight. Now, vocabulary. Time to focus on vocabulary. Yes, go on. You know this very well. We have been using it from the very beginning of our course, online course. Okay. Go on means as a phrasal word, continue or continue happening, happen. But go on to or move on to means doing another thing after having done something. Yeah. Doing another thing, go on to do something. Go on doing something, go on to do something. Edit, change a text or a document. I know you use it maybe as edit, for example. Editor, who is an editor? What does an editor do? An editor edits a text or a document. Come up with as a beautiful explanation. Think of or find an idea, answer, solution, excuse, plan, scheme. Solution, yeah. Come up with a solution. Come up with an idea. Come up with an answer. The question was very difficult. I thought I couldn't answer it, but suddenly I came up with an answer. Proposition, not preposition, proposition, an offer or suggestion, especially in business or politics, proposal or suggestion. Persist, try to do or as a verb, try to do or continue doing something in a determined but often unreasonable ways. Persevere, persist, persevere, keep on doing something. Yeah. Give up is the opposite of keep on. Aim at, direct the intentional purpose to attempt the accomplishment of a purpose. Aim at, not to target. I don't know what goes on. I don't know what goes on in the company. Who knows what goes on in the factory? George knows what goes on in the factory. What's happening? What's happening in the factory? What did you go? What did you go on to, after you had edited the story, I go on to illustrate. Illustrate a story after I had edited the story. Oliver is always successful in coming up, in doing something, in coming up with ways, techniques, methods to be a gentleman. Who is good at coming up with plans to do business with everyone? Yes, you can put a subject there and complete your sentence. Who is good at coming up with plans to have fun? Yes, again, please put a subject there and complete your sentence, give your answers. Our purpose is just to focus on acquiring, come up with. Yes, come up with. Company made John a practical, sorry, the company made John a practical proposal, offer, yes. Why didn't he accept it? He didn't accept it because he had to work for 3 months in his present company. A young girl decided to write her own magazine. What else did she decide to do? She also decided to edit and produce a novel. Who did she aim at? She aimed at his father. Take after somebody means look or behave like an older relative. Yeah, this is also a detail. You can resemble a person, you can be similar to a person, you can be like a person, but you look after your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, yes, a person in your family, okay? Take after somebody means look or behave like an older relative, family member. George really takes after his father, who takes after his grandfather. Yes, a subject. Recruit as a word, find new people to work in a company, join an organization, do a job, etc. NS runs a business which provides a management consultancy. Who runs a recruitment consultancy? Again, we just need a name. The important thing, to run a business, to run a restaurant, to run a YouTube channel, yes. And to recruit people, yes. Who runs a recruitment consultancy? Be taken in means be completely deceived by someone who lies to you. Be taken in. Be trapped, as if it sounds as if, yes, be trapped by someone. Take something in. Understand, yes, take something in. Understand and remember new facts and information. Observe, internalize, take something in. Take somebody in, let somebody, yeah, permit somebody to go in. Let take somebody in means let someone stay in your house because they have nowhere else to stay. Please do not be taken in by someone claiming to help you to be rich in a short time. Why do you have to take in the importance of the situation? Because it's a vital, very important situation. Yeah, this is a beautiful word. I love it. Coexist. Exist together. Yes. Why is it like this? Physical world and the spiritual world are not the same. They are different from each other. For example, you can touch the physical world, but you cannot touch the spiritual world. They are completely different from each other. Body and soul are also opposite to each other. how do they manage to coexist together? One of them is like the darkness, one of them is like the light, but how come? How come they exist together? They coexist. Do darkness and light exist together, but our soul and body exist together? It's really interesting. Go on to, after going on, yes, after continuing talking about production for an hour, he went on to talk about marketing. To be ready to face the day, to do this, to succeed this, to be ready to face the day, one needs to know the way and the procedure, the process. Motto-like sentence. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time.